Good morning, friends. This morning I'm going to show you how I make my coffee, but since I have a bad knee that acts up every once in a while, so if I don't drink my chaga, because chaga is very good for you, it's anti-inflammatory, and I drink too much coffee, it actually starts to act up. And when I'm back in school, because this is my last year before I graduate and for holistic medicine, I start drinking coffee again because I just can't stay awake and do everything that I do without having coffee. So what I do is I mix my chaga, I boil the chaga water, and then I'll mix my coffee in it, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, let me move this back. Oh, no, it's actually going too close. Okay, this is what I do. These are the chaga tea bags. I'm trying to do this. These are the chaga tea bags I buy. If you don't live, you can get them off the trees in Maine, but what I do, is I have the ground stuff, but this was more convenient when I'm in a hurry. It has the chaga tea bag, so it makes you get the kind that says, because I got this one. One second, it's hard to do when you're holding the thing from eBay. It's cyan brand, but it's also, let's see, whole chaga mushroom extract powder. It has to make sure it's Siberian. It's on here somewhere because I know it. I found it. It says right here, for thousands of years, locals in the Siam Mountains of Siberia brewed a tea with chaga, a medicinal mushroom they handpicked in birch tree forest. Throughout the centuries, people have been drinking chaga tea to boost energy and stamina, support the immune system, support the body's resistance to stress, support healthy digestion, support the body's ability to detoxify and ease mild tension. So this is really good chaga. But there is other chagas out there that aren't, so make sure that it says, I just stick with this brand, and I'm not trying to sell it or anything. I don't get anything for it. I just know this is the one that's good if you can't get the actual chaga from, the trees, the birch trees. If you live in the northern states and you can get them, check out my other videos on how to make a tincture and chaga, and I'll post a couple of pictures. Wild harvested, which is what you want. We get it here in Maine too. My husband gets it for me sometimes. But anyways, I have this little, I'm going to turn this way because this is hard to do. All right. Put this here open. And then what I do with the chaga is, see, I put the tea bag in there. And one tea bag will make, this is an old Pyrex coffee pot. If you can find one, they're great. Especially if you don't have electricity, you can still do it. You just boil it. One bag will make a whole pot. And what I do is I use that for my coffee in the morning. Then the rest of it, I let it cool, and I put it in a jug and refrigerate it, and then I have it cold. And this is coffee my daughter went on a missions trip to El Salvador, and that's what she brought me back. So I have it in this jar, and I'll have to put the phone down. Okay, so what I do is I get a good heaping tablespoon, and I put it in there. And I like to fill this at least half. And that's about right. 2 tablespoons is what I use, because I'll use that grounds more than once for the day. Then I close the top and I just pour this over it slowly. Make sure I don't go above that little rim. This way I'm getting, because coffee is more acidic and chaga is alkaline, so it kind of balances it. So it's my way of getting my chaga, because chaga really does help. I feel amazing but I can't just drink it that much. And if I get busy and I don't make it, it's crazy. Then I start feeling it. So let's see. Let me check that. See. My hands are still stained from canning beets. Okay, it's still got some to go. But I can't work with gloves on while I'm peeling and stuff. Beets, anyways. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you, I've been watching on Instagram a lot of people and friends that are out there and homesteaders that are, one of them lost her water, her well got all muddy and everything from the storm. And our other farm, we have a shallow, it's like a 6-foot well, spring fed, so we always can use a hand pump. And this one, we have a deeper well. So if our power went out, which eventually I want to get solar and go off grid completely. But for now, we have to do things a little at a time. But I want to be prepared. So I saw when I was doing my beets, I didn't have enough cans to do them. So I put some jars of water in there. And I'm like, after I got them out, I'm like, they canned. I'm like, why can't you can water instead of buying it? Because if I buy it in the cases, even if it's spring water in the bottles, everybody in my family drinks it. But if I can it in the half-gallon jars, nobody will touch it, and I'll have it for an emergency. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll make a video of that later. Try a little more of this. And I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, let's check this. And see, that's about right. Now I have this little cup that I use all the time that I just leave my basket in. So if I want more coffee, I just heat up the chaga. And I just put that in there. And that's it. And there's my coffee. And if it's too strong, sometimes I'll put cream and sugar, but if it's lighter, I'll drink it black. So it depends. But well, anyways, my coffee came out amazing. It tastes great. I could drink it black. And it looks strong, but remember, that's the chaga is also dark, so it'll look darker than it normally is. So thank you for watching, and that's how I make my chaga coffee. Especially if you're off-grid, that's the best way to do it. And you can do that with a chunk in the coffee pot if you don't have the bags. But if you live in a place where you can't get the chaga wild like that, like in Maine you can get it, it grows on birch trees. But I also have a video where you teaching how to make a chaga tincture. So you can use that and just put like a little bit of it in your hot. Watching. Hope you try some chaga. It's really good for you. You can drink it plain too. It's really got a very mild taste. It's really good. So don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and I have 2 other channels if you're interested. When you go on my, when you go to subscribe, go to my wall and you'll see the other channels that I have. And subscribe to them if you can, and put that little bell if you want to be alerted every time I put up a new video. And thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.